Hey brewers, it's Friday again. So happy to see you. Love seeing you Friday at lunch. You're probably getting a little liquid lunch maybe right now. And that's what I'm making here. You know, we do a lot of fancy stuff. We do a lot of kind of off the wall stuff. We do a little bit more, a lot of advanced things here on the show. And we fuck them up a lot. But Sean, who you may recognize as that weird guy that was standing next to me in the full grain to glass gear. Who is Sean? This is Sean. This is my cuz right here. He needs a little bit of a lesson in line cleaning. That video we made of cleaning the lines in the kegerator, his gross kegerator. We were watching one of my videos and he says, Brad, that's great. I love your presentation. I love everything you're doing, lots of energy, but I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. And I said, well, that's a more advanced matter. And then he said, well, where's something for me? Where's something for the new guy? So I says, I got you. This, we're going back to our roots. This is what homebrew was in the 80s. This is what it still is now. If you want to do the most basic of it, beer happens. You know, there's no need to talk trash about it because it does make good beer, it's quick, and it's low investment. Okay, so we're gonna talk today about the can kit, box kit, pouch kit. So we've got two different types of mangrove jacks here. We got the blonde dry, and we got the pills. One's in a can inside a box, one is in a pouch. Crafted beer, blonde lager, pouch. Canadian blonde ale, can. Process is exactly the same for every single one of these, okay? And you don't need any fancy equipment, you don't need any fancy fermenters. All you need is a pail, an airlock, a spoon, and then something to put it in later, you know, some bottles, whether it's plastic, glass, 2 liters, 1 liters, 500 mil, regular size, it don't matter. Clean those suckers, put it in there. So like brew day here, this is gonna be about 5 minutes to put this together, and then bottling is gonna take about an hour. We're just gonna show you the fermentation part. There's plenty of videos on bottling out there, maybe I'll shoot another one. So today we're gonna do the Cooper's Canadian Blonde, my favorite of all the just add water kits as we call them. So I'm just gonna move this stuff over a bit so you can see what I'm up to. So basically there's this, and then there's a couple options. You can just do a kilo of dextrose. I don't really like that. There's not a beer in the world that's 30% corn sugar that I know of. So they recommend a brew enhancer. This particular, there's brew enhancer 1, 2, and 3 with Cooper's. You'll see on the instructions, right down here, recommended. Brew Enhancer 2, so that's what we're gonna do. We also sell our grain to glass Brew Enhancer, which is Brew Enhancer 2 for a couple bucks cheaper, a little less of a fancy packaging, but you get the exact same results out of it. We're gonna use the Cooper's Brew Enhancer just to say we're doing it as Cooper's intends today. We're not replacing yeast, we're not adding hops, we're not doing anything fancy. We're making a kit by the instructions, okay? The only thing I'm doing that's a little fancier, because I'm lazy, is I'm going to use a fermentation bag. This bag comes sealed from the factory. I'm just gonna put it inside the pail. I'm gonna give it a quick spritz with Star San, and we're gonna, like obviously the pail's still clean, of course, and then we're gonna spritz the lid with Star San, and then we can just mix everything up in there, and then I don't have to clean shit at the end of this, and that is awesome. It's worth the 25 cents or 50 cents, whatever it is we charge for these bags. So, step one, step one, sippy poo. Okay, so our spoon is clean, we're gonna Star San it. This is already clean, we're gonna Star San it. So, step one, get our bag. This has never been touched by human hands, so I've used them a million times. I trust that it is sanitized from the factory, but I'm still gonna spray it with Star San anyway. So we just go like that, get her in there. And then give it a little squirt. And then we'll give this a squirt later because it's gonna sit on the desk for now. Just gonna dump the little bit of drippings right here. It is Star San, so it is okay. You don't need to get every last bit out of there. It's safe, okay? So put this off to the side. And first things first. We're gonna put in an entire jug of water. Pretty straightforward. I don't do distilled water. Distilled water has no minerals. You just want the RO water. It's still got something in there for your nutrients, okay? Oh, we're gonna do the fancy spin here. Makes it come out a lot faster. And it creates this cool vortex. I don't know if you can see that. Vortex. Should take long enough for that last bit. All right, there we go. And these will make up to 23 liters. I keg, so I'm only gonna make 21 liters today. But we got our water. Now, open up the can. We got our yeast on the top. We're gonna use that one. So one thing you can do to speed up getting the liquid out of here is warm this up in the sink first. Just soak it in some warm water. But I wanted the label to look nice for the video, so I didn't do that. So everything that's gonna touch your beer, and I mean everything, star sand, star sand, star sand, star sand. Oh, this can opener has seen better days. Okay, and now we pour slowly, mixing the whole time. We want to get as good of a stir as we can. You are going to get some settling at the bottom. Your gravity reading is going to be a tiny bit off. Not the end of the world. Beer is definitely being made. Trust me on that. You can also use, if you have a wine whip, you know, one of those drill mounted things, makes this a bit easier. But today, we're getting back to basics. We don't need anything fancy here. Hopefully this Band-Aid doesn't fall off into the work. Hand's getting a little tired. So don't be afraid to give her. Really good with this stirring. You know, you don't need to get every last little drop out of there, but it is, you know, the most you can get, the better. I'm just gonna keep it there while we keep stirring. So like this setup here I'm using, we got 18 bucks for the pail, about 4 bucks for the airlock and rubber stopper, and then about 4 or 5 bucks for this spoon. And that's literally the cost of our setup to make this beer. And then kits are 22 bucks plus brew enhancer, so you're looking at about 30 bucks a brew. Not too shabby. All right, that's as much as I feel like getting out of there. Put that off to the side. Now we'll stir in our brew enhancer 2, or if you like, the G to G grain to glass brew enhancer, baby. All right. So in this, now that you take it out of the box, it's kind of like that, eh? It's a mixture of dust. Drugs, man. Oh, this thing is a little bit harder to open than I had originally anticipated. Okay. And then same thing. Just gonna stir that in there while we dump. And then we just keep stirring. And that, so beer is ready to be fermented, so it's not beer yet. Right now it's what's called wort. Any weird word that you hear related to brewing, those are all German words, okay? And if you've watched my Speidel fermenter video, I don't speak German very well. It's Lebensmittelschlecht, which I guess means food safe. I'm sorry to all the German folks out there. So there we go. You can check your gravity if you want. Basically what I would do is sanitize your hydrometer, just drop it right in, and then where the level meets, that's your original gravity. I've done a lot of these, so our original gravity I know is gonna be 1.045, which once it ferments is gonna make us just between 4.5% and 5% alcohol. So I'm pretty satisfied with our stir. We're gonna go rinse that off. We're gonna spray the bottom of our lid with Star San. Make sure it's nice and safe like. Nice and sanitized. And let me just clamp that on. Oh. Hey, this is future Brad pointing out past Brad, that's also me. It's fuck up that we didn't put the yeast in clearly the #1 ingredient. So, in true fucked up Friday fashion, I almost forgot to put the yeast in. This is not going to make beer without these babies. So, we'll crack it open again. Oh. We don't have to stir it in. We just have to open it. Super sanitary with your teeth. Probably not do that. All right. There we go. Now we got our yeasty babies in there. Now we're ready to brew. Love you.
3 weeks later.
Hey brewers, we're back. 3 weeks later. I know 3 weeks, whatever, but like, you know, I'm a busy boy. 2 weeks, normal time you want to turn these things around, but I was lazy and I waited 3 weeks. The way we do it is you're good up to 5 weeks in the fermenter before you start to experience negative effects, okay? So I waited 3 weeks, totally fine. And now I've poured ourselves a nice little pint of our Cooper's Blonde. Too shabby, looks like a blonde, don't it? It do. So let's have a little sip of it. Well, I'm happy to learn that I actually know how to do a basic Cooper's kit. This is perfection as far as a Cooper's kit goes. A little sweet, not a lot of hops going on. It's a Canadian blonde. You know me, I like the hops, so this is a little bit too sweet for me, but this is a Cooper's Canadian blonde done perfectly. And how long did it take? About 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I kegged this in 3 minutes. Come on now, you know it's easy. You know you can do it now. If I can do it, you can do it. So let's do it. Let's get fucked up together. See you next Friday.